Welcome to part 2 of the OpenRoads show. In this episode, I'll go over creating a field book, importing a coordinate file, and creating a terrain model from our surveys data. Here I'm in the surveys workflow for the file we just created in part 1. In the field book tab, I'm going to go to create new field book and name it initial, in case we come back later with more data. Once that field book is created, we want to go to the import and use a text wizard to import our coordinate file. In my tool dialog, I'm going to select the drop down and choose the field book we just created. And then I'm going to choose my coordinate file that I saved in my data folder. In the text import wizard, we're going to go through a few steps, but the first step is we want to open an existing text import wizard file. We already have one set up in our workspace that we want to use called scdot, and I'm going to hit next, and here are some predefined parameters that we brought in when we opened that text import file. So I'll choose next again, and here we can start to see a sample of our data. And then on the last page we can see our column headings, so you want to make sure your northings and your eastings are lined up, and also that your codes are look correct. And then we're going to select finish. We can save this, it doesn't matter. And then when we want to give it some time to process, since it's doing the line work and bringing in the cells. Alright, looks like it's done, so I'm going to select Fit View. And here we can see our survey was brought in. Let me see some line work. And these point descriptions can be set up if we go to Analyze tab. Under Decorations, we can turn on the field codes, the names, turn them off, elevations, just as you go through and check the survey, which should already be correct, in case you have to come back and look at something. So let's just leave the names on there for now. You will notice that you'll notice that if you zoom out far enough, they disappear to kind of help not clutter the drawing. It's nice because they scale to your view. So next in our presentation, we want to create a terrain model. Okay, this is we can do this just from the survey data itself. If we go to the File Explorer, this is my favorite way to do this. If you go to File Explorer and then you go to this last section, Survey, you can click those drop downs, and once you get to Field Book, you can see that it has your data points, or your data file, your point names. Looks like we gotta go clean up that survey file some. We'll do this off the camera, but it shows if it's red, that means we don't have a point name for that, so we'll have to go, looks like we'll have to correct our coordinate file a little bit before we move forward with this. But for now, I'll show you how to do the terrain. You just click on the field book, right click, excuse me, and we want to create terrain model. It's the second option. I'll left click to choose that, and in our workspace we went ahead and defined what's break lines, major and minor, and also these spot elevations, and it goes ahead and creates that terrain for us automatically. And then I like to look at my terrain, turn it a couple ways, so I'm going to change my view, or my display style to smooth modeling. And I'm going to select my terrain and bring up the context menu, and under properties I'm going to turn on my triangles right here. If you want to do contours, you can do them here too, but I like triangles. And then I'm going to rotate my view to make sure we don't have any major spikes. So, looks pretty good. And we just want to come in here and check out our model. Here we go. So we see our ditches and our center lines and even our driveways. Alright, well, off screen I'm going to go edit that ASCII file, make sure we're not missing anything, and we'll be back for part 3 of the OpenRoads show. Alright, thanks for watching.